Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good to be with you today, and also Senator Schatz and Senator Ricketts. Appreciate the opportunity to be able to speak with our colleagues today and learn from them about our prospects in the Indo-Pacific and to address the budget requests that they've provided. I think there's broad agreement that the critical foreign policy challenge that we face and opportunity we have arises from China's emergence as a great power, a nation which is not playing by the rules. And the fact that it's not playing by the rules presents particular challenges for us and for the world. It's essential, in my view, as we think about spending the money that Chairman Van Hollen has indicated, that we spend it according to a comprehensive strategy that we've developed that focuses our resources on those things that we think will be most effective. In the last Congress, Chairman Menendez and I actually passed legislation which would require the administration to produce a comprehensive strategy to deal with China. During the Cold War, Presidents Ford and Eisenhower and Reagan directed similar undertakings as we confronted the Soviet Union, and I believe we should carry out the same type of strategic effort with regards to China. But I'm concerned that the administration is sort of hoping this will go away or that a speech of grand principles will suffice. I very much support the principles that have been described by Secretary Blinken and Secretary Yellen. Both have given addresses with matters in this regard. But when I talk about a grand strategy, and as Senator Menendez does, we're talking about something far more comprehensive than just principles. So, I mean, just to tick off some of the things that are in China's program. They have a talent program, as you know. They have a theft of intellectual property program. They have the Confucius Institute program. They have trade agreements that they put in place that they think will promote their interests. They have massive investments in Africa and Latin America and the Caribbean and other places. They have a propaganda program. They have a spy program. They have a raw materials program to achieve monopolies in key raw materials. They send students into American universities with a plan for them to come back and provide technology that they've learned. And one of the most troubling aspects of their strategy is their effort to live by different trade rules than the rest of the nations live by, monopolizing certain industries, predatory pricing to achieve that monopoly, establishing pathways around the national trade rules. So we are very anxious to learn that the administration has begun the process of completing a development of a comprehensive strategy. Part of our legislation called for outside voices, not just members of the administration, but outside voices, members of Republican administrations in the past, to make sure this is a strategy that has bipartisan support and lasts beyond one president, but also people in the foreign policy world that are focused on this area to get their input and to consider the widest range of options. There are other issues that I'm going to get a chance to talk about today, but I want to underscore that, underscore again my support for the comments that have been made by the chairman of this committee. I want to make sure that we don't do anything that weakens our positions relative to China. I would note a comment which has been made by several people that basically every strategic and every funding decision we make should be considered through the lens of how it affects our strength relative to China, because it is the foreign policy challenge of our era. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I look forward to the questions that we'll hear from you and from our colleagues.
Thank you, Senator.